The ocean has always belonged to those who dared to innovate, but the Solaris Infinity redefines what it means to conquer the sea. Valued at nearly $3.8 billion, this is not a ship. It's a self-sustaining floating civilization powered entirely by light. Built by a collaboration of European naval architects and aerospace engineers, Solaris Infinity measures over 890 feet in length, with a beam so wide it dwarfs most cruise liners. Its titanium-reinforced carbon hull is coated in a mirror-finish photovoltaic skin, an unbroken field of solar panels that generate more than 180 megawatts of power every day. The energy collected feeds a hybrid propulsion system that silently glides the ship across the ocean, leaving no emissions, no fuel trails, and no sound beyond the whisper of the waves. Inside, everything about Solaris Infinity reflects the next stage of maritime luxury. It was designed not just for travel, but for permanence. A place where 200 guests and 400 staff can live indefinitely without needing to dock. At its core is an artificial intelligence network known as Helios, which controls navigation, internal energy distribution, waste recycling, and even climate control across its 27 decks. The ship is wrapped in a transparent graphene dome that regulates air temperature and humidity, keeping every section of the vessel comfortable regardless of the outside weather. The top level is a solar observatory, a vast circular glass garden filled with living plants, trees, and fountains that use desalinated seawater. Guests can walk through this living canopy while the sunlight above is harvested by smart glass panels that adjust opacity based on intensity. Each suite aboard Solaris Infinity functions as an autonomous energy pod. The walls are composed of nanomaterials that absorb heat during the day and release it at night, creating perfect thermal balance. The interior design draws inspiration from aerospace minimalism. Soft white curves, transparent partitions, and ambient LED lighting that mimics natural sunlight cycles. Instead of standard windows, every cabin features immersive OLED walls projecting live ocean views captured by external drones in real time. This creates the illusion of 360-degree visibility, even from deep within the ship. At the heart of Solaris Infinity lies the Solar Core Chamber, a cathedral-like hall of glowing machinery. Here, molten salt batteries store excess solar energy for night operations, ensuring the ship never depends on external fuel. Engineers monitor the entire system from a glass control bridge suspended above the glowing core. Every circuit is redundant, every system automated. The propulsion itself uses twin magnetic drives that accelerate water molecules through superconducting rotors, propelling the ship forward with silent precision. The result is movement so smooth that glasses of champagne on deck barely ripple as the ship glides at 30 knots through open waters. Guests on board Solaris Infinity experience a level of privacy and comfort that surpasses even the most exclusive resorts. The ship's Elysium sector is a private residential zone containing 60 ocean view penthouses. Each one has retractable balconies, private plunge pools, and holographic concierge systems. Voice commands can adjust lighting, temperature, or even summon a drone to deliver custom meals from any of the 12 onboard restaurants. Those restaurants include world-class dining run by Michelin star chefs who rotate seasonally, ensuring every voyage offers a new culinary experience. The main dining hall sits within a glass sphere at the ship's bow, providing panoramic ocean views while robotic servers glide silently between tables. The Solaris Infinity's entertainment deck redefines what it means to live at sea. Instead of theaters or casinos, guests can enjoy holographic entertainment spaces where projected performances blend seamlessly into the real environment. The deck's crown jewel is the Ocean Theater, a 360-degree dome that uses augmented reality to project whales, storms, and galaxies in full immersive scale, turning every performance into an otherworldly experience. Beneath the entertainment levels lies the ship's aquatic observatory, a fully transparent chamber suspended below the hull. Guests can descend in glass elevators to witness coral reefs, marine life, and ocean currents through reinforced sapphire glass rated to withstand deep-sea pressure. The Solaris Infinity is not only a technological wonder, but an environmental statement. It consumes nothing it cannot replace. Waste is vaporized and recycled through plasma filtration. Water is drawn from the ocean, purified and reused through a continuous desalination loop. Even the ship's air circulation system captures carbon dioxide and converts it into oxygen using onboard algae farms. The AI tracks weather patterns, avoiding storms before they form and ensuring routes of absolute safety. It's more than a vessel. It's an organism, one that breathes, grows, and sustains life on its own terms. Security aboard Solaris Infinity is equally advanced. The vessel operates with no external anchors or mooring lines. Instead, it stabilizes using magnetic gravitation pods that counteract ocean motion. Access is biometric. Guests and crew are identified through DNA resonance scanning, ensuring total privacy. Even the ship's communication systems are quantum encrypted, transmitting data instantly between its navigation network and satellite hubs across the globe. Drones and underwater vehicles patrol its perimeter 24 hours a day, invisible to radar, creating a sphere of digital protection around the ship. But beyond the technology, it's the feeling aboard Solaris Infinity that defines its allure. Standing on the Sky Promenade, a 200-meter-long observation deck surrounded by glass, guests experience the sensation of floating through infinity. The horizon curves gently around them, unbroken and endless. At night, the solar panels retract slightly to reveal a view of the stars unpolluted by any light but the moon's reflection on the water. The atmosphere is silent except for the whisper of wind, the hum of engines softer than breath. For billionaires and innovators who charter this vessel, Solaris Infinity isn't merely a display of wealth, it's a symbol of freedom, a chance to exist beyond nations, beyond limitations, powered solely by light. Every journey it takes is both an exploration and a message that the age of polluting luxury is over. The future of sea travel will belong to ships like Solaris Infinity, silent, clean, intelligent, and eternal. Its creators often describe it as the ship that never sleeps. Even while guests rest, Helios AI continues to optimize energy flows, clean the air, adjust navigation angles, and prepare breakfast menus according to weather and mood profiles. The system learns from its passengers, predicting their preferences and adapting over time. It can sense when someone approaches a balcony and adjusts lighting to enhance the view. When the ship enters new waters, it analyzes local marine conditions and adjusts acoustic frequencies to avoid disturbing wildlife. Solaris Infinity's design also allows it to function as a research vessel when required. Universities and private labs can rent sections of the ship to study oceanic patterns, renewable technologies, or marine biology, all without interfering with guest operations. The lower hull contains laboratories sealed behind glass panels where scientists can observe plankton blooms or measure radiation levels in real time. This dual-purpose nature, half luxury, half innovation, is what truly separates Solaris Infinity from any ship that came before it. Economically, its impact is profound. The ship's construction alone employed more than 15,000 specialists across 11 nations, combining aerospace, marine, and AI industries into a single project. It's estimated to have generated over $20 billion in research value due to the new technologies developed for its systems. Each voyage costs roughly $50 million to operate, yet its energy cost remains zero, a testament to the perfection of its solar and magnetic propulsion systems. For passengers, tickets start at $250,000 per week, a price that grants access to experiences unmatched anywhere on Earth or sea. Perhaps the most remarkable part of Solaris Infinity is its presence. When seen from a distance, it doesn't look like a ship. It resembles a blade of light slicing across the water, its reflective skin merging with the sky and sea. Pilots who pass above it report seeing what looks like a moving mirror, an apparition of silver and gold drifting through the ocean. At sunset, its panels catch the last rays of light and send them shimmering across the horizon, a man-made sunrise in reverse. And when night falls, the ship glows softly, powered by the energy it harvested during the day, a symbol of perpetual motion. Everything about Solaris Infinity exists for one reason: to prove that human luxury and environmental balance can coexist. It doesn't fight the ocean. It becomes part of it. Every design curve mimics natural hydrodynamics, allowing the waves to embrace its hull rather than resist it. Even the wake it leaves behind is designed to disperse without turbulence, leaving marine life undisturbed. From its helipad to its underwater suites, every surface tells the same story. The ocean no longer needs to be conquered. It needs to be understood. Solaris Infinity is the first vessel to listen, and that is why the world calls it the sun that sails. Its voyages are not measured in distance or time, but in light, the same energy that sustains life itself. It's the ship of tomorrow, moving through today's waters, quietly reminding humanity that the future of travel can shine without burning. Solaris Infinity doesn't just move people. It moves the definition of progress itself. If Solaris Infinity represents the brilliance of light, then the Aqua Monarch represents the power of water itself. Built over 8 years and valued at nearly $4.2 billion USD, this ship is regarded as the crown jewel of maritime engineering, designed to harness the movement and chemistry of the ocean to power itself. Stretching 960 feet from bow to stern, the Aqua Monarch is more than a vessel. It's a self-evolving ecosystem at sea. It was envisioned by Blue Crest Marine Technologies and constructed in partnership with international architects, including designers from Dubai, Singapore, and Monaco. Every line of its form was carved by hydrodynamic algorithms, giving it a flowing, serpentine profile that glides through water with almost organic precision. It consumes no fossil fuel. Instead, it runs on a hybrid tri-energy system: hydroelectric turbines, osmotic energy cells, and tidal pressure converters, all integrated into a network that keeps the ship perpetually powered. The Aqua Monarch's most striking feature is its living hull. Unlike conventional ships, its outer shell is covered with millions of microscopic biotiles, panels made from graphene infused with bioluminescent plankton DNA. During the day, they absorb light and generate power. At night, they glow with soft blue and turquoise hues, creating the illusion of a living creature moving through the sea. Each tile is capable of self-healing minor cracks and automatically adjusts its molecular density to resist corrosion. Beneath the surface, hundreds of turbine pods spin silently, capturing the kinetic energy from the ship's own wake, feeding it back into the system. This continuous feedback loop makes the Aqua Monarch the first vessel in history capable of indefinite operation without port refueling. Inside, the ship can accommodate up to 1,800 guests and 500 crew, spread across 34 decks designed as fluid levels, each one seamlessly connected through glass ramps and transparent elevators that curve like bubbles of air. The interior design abandons straight lines altogether. Everything flows. Walls curve into ceilings, lights ripple across corridors, and water channels run through lounges and spas. In the grand atrium, a column of falling water, known as the Aqua Spine, runs vertically through the center of the ship, connecting every deck. It functions as both an art piece and a natural air filtration system. The Aqua Monarch's suites are not just rooms but aquatic sanctuaries. Each of the 220 residences comes with adjustable water walls that can transform the ambiance of the space with color and texture. Guests can dim the lights and watch as their walls begin to ripple with liquid luminescence, simulating the feeling of sleeping inside an ocean wave. The penthouse suites, called Ocean Thrones, are located within the upper arc of the ship, offering 270-degree views through wraparound smart glass that adjusts tint automatically based on sunlight and sea glare. Floors are made of liquid crystal tiles that respond to temperature and footsteps, creating subtle patterns that shift as guests move. Dining aboard the Aqua Monarch is a spectacle of innovation. The main restaurant, Hydra, floats on a circular platform surrounded by an infinity water moat that reflects the ceiling's LED-based ocean imagery. Here, chefs use seawater-based cooking systems that extract pure minerals while preparing gourmet dishes. The menu is built on the concept of aqua cuisine, food infused with elements of the ocean, including algae-based proteins, desalinated caviar, and water-infused desserts that literally melt into vapor when eaten. Adjacent to Hydra is the Monarch Bar, a 360-degree rotating lounge made entirely of transparent crystal polymer, where guests sip luminescent cocktails under a dome that mimics the constellations of the Southern Hemisphere. The Aqua Monarch's entertainment zones push the limits of sensory design. Instead of a conventional cinema, it features a multi-sensory water theater, where holographic waves, mist, and light combine to create performances that seem to rise from the sea itself. The sound system uses ultrasonic vibrational waves that can be felt through the floor, allowing music to travel through the body rather than air. The ship also houses the world's first floating underwater museum, a submerged gallery accessible via transparent elevators that descend 30 meters below sea level. Inside, visitors can view marine sculptures, ancient shipwreck relics, and live oceanic wildlife through reinforced polymer glass. The water surrounding the museum is illuminated by the biotiles, creating an ethereal glow that makes the entire chamber look suspended in a dream. The Aqua Monarch's propulsion system is another marvel. It relies on two giant ring turbines embedded along the rear hull, which create a controlled flow of pressurized seawater that both propels and stabilizes the vessel. These turbines are assisted by microgyroscopic stabilizers that maintain perfect equilibrium even in high waves. The result is a motion so stable that champagne glasses remain perfectly still in hurricane-grade swells. The noise level never exceeds 20 decibels, quieter than a whisper. Because the ship uses only water-based propulsion, it produces no pollution, just microscopic bubbles released into the ocean, which dissolve within seconds. But what truly makes the Aqua Monarch legendary is its artificial ecosystem. The ship carries a full marine garden within its midsection, a 20,000-square-foot biosphere containing mangrove trees, coral beds, and miniature fish habitats. This ecosystem is not ornamental. It actively contributes to the ship's oxygen supply and water purification. A sophisticated AI system called Poseidon Core monitors every living organism on board, from coral growth rates to guest breathing patterns. It balances humidity, adjusts oxygen distribution, and even modulates scent levels in the air to mimic natural coastal environments. The result is an atmosphere that feels alive. Guests describe it as breathing with the ship itself. The Aqua Monarch's environmental integrity extends beyond its walls. It operates on a blueprint of restoration. Instead of displacing marine life, it fosters it. The hull emits gentle sonic pulses that attract plankton and fish rather than repel them, creating micro-ecosystems in its wake. Marine biologists onboard monitor these habitats through underwater drones, ensuring balance is maintained. The ship has been credited by environmental agencies with helping repopulate coral life along its routes, making it both a luxury resort and a mobile conservation platform. From an architectural standpoint, the Aqua Monarch redefines structural engineering. Its entire body flexes slightly with the motion of the waves, a design principle borrowed from biological structures like whale bones. This fluid rigidity makes it nearly impossible for the ship to fracture under pressure. The bridge is built into the vessel's superstructure, controlled entirely through holographic interfaces. Instead of a traditional wheel, the captain navigates using a motion-controlled sphere that responds to hand gestures. Poseidon Core AI assists constantly, adjusting propulsion flow, stabilizers, and energy distribution to ensure optimal speed and safety. Guest life aboard the ship feels more like a journey through a future civilization than a vacation. In the mornings, waves of filtered sunlight pass through the water dome, scattering blue and gold light across the decks. At night, the ocean's reflection merges with the glowing hull, turning the ship into a moving constellation. Guests wake up to soft aquatic tones, eat breakfast overlooking a panoramic underwater reef, and spend afternoons in glass-bottom pools that let them swim above schools of fish without leaving the deck. For relaxation, the Aqua Sanctuary Spa offers treatments using mineral-infused seawater, micro-bubble massages, and sound therapy that synchronizes with the rhythm of the ocean. Even connectivity aboard the Aqua Monarch feels futuristic. Instead of Wi-Fi, the ship uses photon-based laser communication systems that transmit data through water molecules. This allows seamless internet coverage even thousands of miles offshore, with zero latency. The communication deck doubles as a control hub for drones, submarines, and aerial vehicles that extend the ship's exploration reach. Guests can board mini-submersibles for private underwater tours or fly in vertical takeoff drones for aerial photography sessions. Safety on the Aqua Monarch is beyond anything imagined at sea. Every deck section can seal independently in case of an emergency, creating airlocked compartments that guarantee full buoyancy even if multiple areas are compromised. Fire suppression systems use inert mist rather than chemicals, ensuring no environmental harm. The ship's onboard hospital, called Aqua Medic, is equipped with nanotech medical pods that can perform instant health diagnostics and even minor surgeries under AI supervision. A fleet of autonomous rescue drones constantly monitors the perimeter, able to respond within seconds. Economically, the Aqua Monarch is as powerful as it is elegant. The ship's construction employed more than 18,000 people globally, with 70% of its components being 3D printed using recycled marine plastic. Every voyage generates millions of dollars not only in tourism but in ocean research partnerships. Chartering the Aqua Monarch costs upwards of $10 million per week, with private ownership options estimated at $3.5 billion. Yet, despite the exclusivity, the ship also dedicates 5% of its operational schedule each year to humanitarian missions, delivering clean water technology to island nations and conducting coral restoration initiatives. When viewed from afar, the Aqua Monarch appears more like a living sculpture than a vessel. Its contours shimmer as if liquid metal flows beneath its surface. At dusk, it glows faintly blue, its reflection stretching for miles. Sailors who cross its path describe it as the spirit of the sea, a silent guardian drifting with purpose. To see it glide under moonlight is to witness a vision of the future, a world where human creation no longer scars the planet, but heals it. Ultimately, the Aqua Monarch is not just an advancement of maritime technology, it's a philosophical statement. It proves that luxury and sustainability are not opposites, but partners. It invites its guests to experience a new kind of wealth, the richness of balance. The ship teaches that progress doesn't have to dominate nature. It can flow with it. It is the ocean, reimagined, a monarch that reigns not by power, but by harmony. And that's why when people speak of the Aqua Monarch, they don't call it a ship. They call it a miracle. A moving city of light and water, alive, infinite, and eternal, gliding through the deep blue as the world's most sustainable palace on the sea. The Blue Titan is the ocean's equivalent of a floating metropolis, a technological colossus designed to redefine how humanity inhabits the sea. Measuring just over 1,200 feet in length and towering 38 stories from keel to observation deck, it cost an estimated $5.8 billion USD to construct, making it the single most expensive maritime project ever undertaken. The Titan is powered by a hybrid zero-emission system that fuses hydrogen plasma cores with high-capacity superconductive batteries, creating more energy than it consumes. Developed by the European-Asian Maritime Alliance, this ship was built not merely as a vessel, but as a permanent research and lifestyle platform, capable of hosting 5,000 guests and crew for uninterrupted voyages lasting over 3 years without refueling or docking. From the outside, the Blue Titan looks like an entire skyline adrift on the ocean. Its hull gleams with alternating bands of cobalt and silver nanosteel, forming a reflective surface that diffuses heat and deflects ocean spray. Along the sides, enormous retractable wings extend during cruise mode, functioning as both stabilizers and solar thermal collectors. At night, they retract and illuminate like living fins, shimmering with soft gradients of sapphire light that trace the ship's curves against the horizon. The bow is sculpted into a spear-like point that slices water silently, aided by microbubble lubrication channels that reduce drag by almost 50%. The result is a motion so smooth that passengers compare the sensation to gliding on air rather than sailing. Inside, the Blue Titan is structured around 3 vertical cores. The first is the Civic Core, a central tower that houses shopping avenues, restaurants, theaters, and laboratories. The second, the Residential Core, contains 700 luxury suites, 80 penthouse estates, and a dozen 2-story sky villas with private atriums. The third is the Engineering Core, a restricted section that functions as the ship's brain. Here lie the plasma reactors, desalination plants, and atmospheric regulators that sustain the floating city. Each core is linked by transparent maglev tunnels that move passengers through vacuum-sealed capsules at up to 50 miles per hour. There are no hallways in the conventional sense. Movement is seamless, silent, and automated. Every detail of the Blue Titan's interior was built around the theme of intelligent minimalism. Walls are embedded with adaptive OLED panels capable of simulating landscapes in real time. One moment you stand before a view of tropical reefs. The next, a slow sunrise over an Arctic bay. Lighting adjusts according to circadian rhythm, ensuring every guest's biological clock aligns naturally with time. Temperature, scent, and soundscapes are individually calibrated through wearable sensors. The result is an environment that anticipates its inhabitants. It knows when to dim, when to brighten, when to whisper the sound of waves to lull you to rest. Accommodation on the Blue Titan rivals the grandest hotels on land. The Ocean Crown Suites, occupying the upper 3 decks, each feature panoramic windows made from ultra-clear sapphire glass capable of withstanding hurricane pressure. Inside, marble sourced from a single Italian quarry blends with Japanese hinoki wood and carbon fiber structures, combining elegance with endurance. The bathrooms include floating bathtubs filled with desalinated microfiltered seawater and heated quartz flooring that radiates warmth from beneath. Guests can summon robotic attendants through the Titan AI network, humanoid service units with emotion-responsive programming. Capable of adapting speech and gestures to each personality, the Blue Titan's most famous public space is the Grand Vista Atrium, a 200-foot-tall chamber capped by a translucent dome of smart crystal. During the day, the dome refracts sunlight into iridescent ribbons. At night, it projects real-time constellations, turning the ceiling into a dynamic planetarium. Around this core stretch luxury boutiques, art galleries, and cafes that hover above a reflecting lagoon. The water in this lagoon circulates from the ocean itself, purified through nanofiltration systems that extract microscopic debris. A ring of vegetation encircles the space, forming the ship's indoor botanical garden. Over 5,000 plants thriving under artificial daylight tuned precisely to tropical wavelengths. For entertainment, the Blue Titan is unmatched. The ship hosts the Ocean Sphere, a rotating amphitheater suspended above the stern that can transform from concert hall to holographic stage in seconds. Laser projectors embedded in the ceiling create volumetric displays visible even from the decks above, allowing audiences to watch ballets, orchestral performances, or digital exhibitions surrounded by projected marine life. On lower levels, a 3D printed coral reef playground called the Aqua Labyrinth allows guests to dive through controlled aquatic environments populated with robotic marine creatures that move like their organic counterparts. Children and researchers alike explore this living simulation to study ocean ecosystems without disrupting the real sea. The engineering genius behind the Blue Titan lies in its atmospheric management. The ship produces its own microclimate. By condensing moisture from sea air, it generates rainfall for irrigation and temperature control. Excess humidity is stored in crystal reservoirs, later released as cool mist across public decks. This controlled climate allows the ship to maintain perfect comfort even in equatorial heat. The Titan's waste-to-energy system converts organic material into hydrogen feedstock, closing the sustainability loop. Nothing is wasted. Every calorie, watt, and drop is repurposed. Power is managed by a neural grid supervised by the Titan Core AI, a self-learning intelligence operating on a quantum processor network. It analyzes wave patterns, passenger movement, and even emotional data from sensors embedded throughout the ship to optimize comfort and performance. When storms arise, the AI adjusts buoyancy distribution and alters the vessel's stance relative to wind direction. It communicates with satellites, underwater drones, and coastal control systems to forecast conditions days ahead. Human oversight remains, but the AI carries 90% of operational load. In practical terms, this makes the Blue Titan almost unsinkable. It anticipates threats before they materialize. The ship's security protocols are military-grade yet invisible. Facial recognition entryways replace keycards. Quantum encrypted systems prevent hacking attempts. Patrol drones hover silently across decks at night, projecting gentle light instead of alarms. In emergencies, the Blue Titan can deploy 12 autonomous lifeboats, each capable of sustaining 150 people for 6 months, powered by microfusion cells. The vessel's hull is partitioned into 16 self-sealing compartments. Even catastrophic breaches leave it afloat. These redundancies have led maritime engineers to call it the safest structure ever to navigate open waters. Financially, chartering the Blue Titan costs approximately $15 million USD per week, with a permanent residence purchase price exceeding $400 million USD for its top-tier sky villas. Despite the cost, demand exceeds capacity. Bookings are made years in advance, and its waiting list includes some of the wealthiest individuals in the world. Yet, even they describe the experience not as indulgence, but revelation, a glimpse of what humanity's harmony with the ocean could look like. As the Blue Titan sails across international waters, it leaves behind a trail of purified sea, data, and inspiration. It represents the final stage of marine evolution. Ships no longer bound by the need for fuel or harbor, but living extensions of the planet itself. Observers call it the future of civilization on water. Others simply call it hope. When viewed beside Solaris Infinity and the Aqua Monarch, it completes the trinity of tomorrow's oceans. Light, water, and intelligence united in motion. Together, they define what lies ahead. A world where technology and the sea no longer compete but create beauty side by side. And so the Blue Titan moves on, horizon to horizon, a silent titan gliding beneath the stars, reminding all who see it that the ocean's story has only just begun, and humanity, at last, is learning how to listen.